Welcome to the Playlisted Podcast. This is normally the part of the show where I ask everybody to be quiet while they're talking, but that literally never works, so take it with a grain of salt. We hope you're here to have a good time. We have some amazing special guests tonight and a lot of great performers. This is being recorded, so if y'all want to make a lot of noise when people are done playing so it sounds like there's 9 million people in the room, would be great. I know we have people who have traveled from Texas today and a 10-hour drive from the Carolinas, so y'all are in for a good one. Without any more talking from me, introducing your host of the Playlisted Podcast, Mr. Austin Burke.
All right, how we feeling? Y'all doing good? All right. It's been a crazy CMA Fest week. I know a lot of us are hungover, Dean especially. How you doing, bro?
I'm sleepy.
Oh, you got
I got this on the way. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Good.
I was home by midnight last night, so
that's good.
We're doing okay.
That's good. Well, I'm super excited. I'm going to explain for those of you that are here at the Greenlight Bar that don't know what's going on. I'm going to explain the show in a second, but I do want to take a quick second and thank one of our sponsors because it's actually something that's going to help you out tonight. Pickers Vodka. Pickers Vodka is an amazing vodka. We got $5 shots at the bar. So not just shots, you can put it in your drink, mix it up, but it's $5 as long as the show is going on. So big shout out to them. Not only are they helping y'all, they're going to help these artists that are coming out on the stage tonight. We just did a deal. I don't know if you guys heard of Big Machine Records. Have you heard of Scott Borchetta? So Scott Borchetta bought Pickers Vodka, and one of the deals that we worked out is if you make the A-list tonight, you're going to hear this sound. If you make the A-list, we now have a show, and it's once a month at the downtown Big Machine Distillery. And if you make the A-list, you have a chance to perform in front of the A&R staff for Big Machine, and hopefully an artist gets a record deal from the show, and I'm super excited about that. So big shout out to Pickers Vodka, and be sure to get your drinks at the bar. With all that being said, let's give it up for the special guest tonight, Clever and Jay Webb. What's going on, boys? How we feeling?
Feeling good, dude.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. This is actually my first time meeting both of you, so I feel like it'll be a perfect time to get to know each other. We're gonna have some fun. I think we have 7 artists tonight. So basically, I'm gonna explain to you and the crowd what's going on. So we got 7 artists. They're gonna come up. They're gonna sing a song. All of us have been in the music industry for a while. We got song on SiriusXM The Highway right now.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You've worked with artists like Justin Bieber, Post Malone. I mean, these guys are next level. It is a huge honor to have them here on the panel. But these artists are going to come up, they're going to sing a song, and they're going to try to impress us. And we just give our honest opinion, tell them some tips and tricks, how to get better, how to maybe sharpen their skills so that, they could be headlining at CMA Fest one year, whatever it is. So that's kind of the show. It's a little bit of a podcast, a little bit of a writer's round, and we're also going to ask you guys some questions and get to know a little bit more about you along the way. So that's a little bit about the show, but let's just jump into it, man. Let's go ahead and draw our first name for the show. Who wants to do it?
Paige Rudman.
All right.
I messed that up. Paige Rudman.
I'll give it up for Paige.
Paige Rudderman.
Paige.
Hell yeah. So we were talking a little bit backstage, but y'all are both from Alabama. Is that how you became friends, or how do y'all know each other?
So, we're both from Alabama. I met Clever through Instagram, I guess. Yeah. Does that count?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, we're both from Alabama. He's from Gadsden. I'm from down in Mobile. He just hit me up one day, and I'd actually been listening to his music for a long time. And so we got in the studio the other day and started making some bangers.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I love it that you could just kind of DM people and, meet people you like and shit like that. It's crazy. It's a different a different world now. So y'all make music together as well. You're not only friends, you've been working together.
Yes, we just did one. We did some TikTok content the other day as well. But yeah, got in the studio and had a good time. I love the songs.
That's awesome. How long have you both been in the music industry for?
You want to go first?
I've been doing this professionally for 3 years, been chipping away at it for like 12 since I was a young little dude.
Hell yeah.
I've been doing it for a long time. I probably about 20 years or so. Started like I made some noise writing some songs for like Snoop Dogg and Corrupt, like some OGs out in California, and then made my way out here at some point. Started writing in some of these rooms out here.
That's awesome, man. What? How did you get from Alabama out to? Were you in LA, or what did you how'd you get your start?
I started in Alabama, trying to make some noise in my hometown, and then eventually moved to LA to be, in the thick of things, which I'm slowly realizing is now what Nashville is. Probably was then, but I love the machine out here compared to LA.
Really? Well, is Paige coming up here, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
She is? Okay, yeah. I'm just making sure. Sometimes we call names and people don't come up.
I thought I heard a tuning guitar, so I figured, hi, Paige, how are you?
You're good.
Yes,
I just want to make sure she gets ready.
Y'all give it up for Paige one more time.
Yeah.
Take your time getting ready. We're still talking. Don't worry. I was just making sure. We called a name the other day, and it was a no-show. So, anyways, what would you say is obviously like you started out writing? Is there a similarity between hip hop and country? Like, what are some of the things that you feel like are similar and then also different?
I think sometimes the storytelling, the wordplay can be a little bit similar. Coming out here in the writers' rooms for the last couple months, there's a lot of talent in the lyric department. As far as I think the cadence is a little different. Other than that, it's the same process, just different elements.
Different times and stuff too, right?
Different times, different.
Explain that, because I got a little glimpse. I randomly got a glimpse into the L.A. thing. My cousin of mine is he sells cars out in L.A. and he's like, "Yo, let me." He's like, "You're in music, right?" And he's like, "Come out." Sent me the address. Went out. It was Jamie Foxx's house. I was like, dude, this is. I felt like I was in a movie. Literally, I walk in there, they're all in the back. But the process was different for me because they work from like 10 to like 3 in the morning sometimes. Like, it's way later.
Yeah, it's definitely a night session, and compared to, I feel like the writers around here want to have an 11 o'clock, a 4 at the latest, and be done. Sometimes they don't want to do a double type thing, but in the hip hop world, it was hard to get stuff done. Everybody was falling asleep and stuff. So,
yeah, that is true. All right, well, Paige, you ready? All right, we got our first act of the night. Everybody, give it up for Paige Rudderman singing her song, You Don't Get to Get to
give
Me.
it up, give it up.
I would stay up all night, waiting for your calls. Every time you stood me up, the excuses, I bought them all. Blew off my friends, you said you were free. But 9 times out of 10, you'd start a fight so you could leave. I got some tough love, learned the hard truth, called it quits. Thought we were through, till my birthday came around, so did you. You don't get to grab my attention. You don't get to pretend you got good intentions. Just 'cause you're feeling lonely, digging up your phone leaves, as if you even know me. You never did, so you don't get to me. Why does a part of me wanna know what you're doing now? Why do I half believe you've changed and you're reaching out? I could go back down the rabbit hole, throw caution to the wind, be irrational, but we both know it ain't gonna last, so I won't. It's get to me. Oh, oh. You don't get to call me up. I won't fall for your bluff. You don't get to grab my attention. You don't get to pretend you've got good intentions. Just 'cause you're feeling lonely, digging up the if onlys, as if you even know me. You never did, so you don't get to me. Oh, you don't get to me. Oh, oh.
Y'all give it up for Paige. Give it up.
Miss Paige Rudderman. Hell yeah. Where are you from, Paige?
So I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, and I've been here about 3 years now.
Awesome. Very cool. So are you an artist, songwriter?
No, I'm not an artist. So I'm going to pull this out so I can look
Yeah,
at you and,
please do.
and talk at the same time. But I'm a writer. I like writing with artists. I love the creative process. That's like my dream.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I dug the melodies and stuff. You know, I think the song was pretty good, and obviously the reason I asked if you're an artist, it was a little pitchy.
Yeah.
But if you're a songwriter, like you can be pitchy. Doesn't matter. Yeah, some of the best songwriters in Nashville cannot sing. But I thought it was honestly pretty good song. There was on the bridge. Can you remind me what the bridge was one more time?
Yeah, it was like, you don't get to call me up. I won't fall for your bluff. You don't.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe fall for your bluff just hit a little bit too rough for me. Maybe I won't fall for you, or like just something a little bit
Or you
easier.
don't get to call my bluff, maybe.
Yeah. Something that was just, and it also seemed like a little too many words going into that chorus. So you could even, you don't get to just end it, take a breath, go into the chorus.
Cool.
That's
I thought lyrically it was really strong, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think I like the rabbit hole, irrational line. I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I think you got the bars. If I had any negative feedback or constructive criticism, I would say I wanted to hear maybe a different key from time to time, like maybe it stayed up a lot, where it would be cool to have some dynamics. Other than that, I think it was a great song. So
Thank you. Yeah, it
lyrically, I
gets
thought it
more
was cool.
dimension.
Yeah, I love the furniture and the, I'm big on, like, I guess certain types of words and songs, and I dig the lyrics, so.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Yeah, the phrasing and stuff was great. So
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like You Don't Get to Me is a really cool title. I thought the verses might could use a little bit of like attention grabbing, like maybe right at that first line of the song, just something you don't forget, But the hook is super catchy, and I really like the title. And as a songwriter, to be able to sing like that, I feel like really helps as an artist
100%.
understand where
Yeah,
you're at.
absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you. It's always nerve-wracking being the first one.
You were the first one too.
This is also the weirdest place to play music. Like,
Yeah.
like not this bar. The bar is
Yeah,
great.
shout out
the
Greenlight.
environment.
I've played here a few times, but yeah.
So tell us, is there anything that we need to know about you? What's like a dirty secret, or no, I'm just kidding. What's something about you that you want people to know?
So if I can shout out my co-writer really fast, I think that's really important. I wrote this with Janie Waddell. She's like one of my favorite people to write with in town.
Yeah, shout out to
And
Janie.
like traditionally when I'm writing in the room, like 99.9% of the time, I'm writing for the artist. Like, what's your story? Bringing your message to life. Just trying to like add my little whatever to the song. This particular song was one, and that's why I chose it for here, because it's like my experience. And she had I was telling her about what happened, and she's like, I got this title, I think it would work. And so I just had to give shout outs where shout outs were due.
I love that. No,
Yeah.
and it's I think it's an empowering song too. I think a lot of women can hear it and be like, hey, screw that guy. You don't get to me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's cool. It is, so that you said that's a little bit of your story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bad ex or what?
Wasted way too much time on someone who didn't deserve it.
How many years?
6.
Ooh.
Yeah. And shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have gone that long. And
I've heard of worse. But.
okay, good. That makes me feel better. And then we like I finally broke it off. I was like, I can't do this anymore. This kid has reached out so many times, and I'm like, what are you doing? You clearly weren't interested.
I'll call him.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's kind of what happened, and it felt good to write about it, and it feels good sometimes to.
Has he heard it? You should just send him the song when he reaches out.
No, no, I don't
Just
know.
email it to him.
Well, now he does. Now he knows.
now he knows.
He's like, shit, I was with her for 6 years, and you know what I mean? It adds
Totally.
up.
Yeah. And you can cut this out if you want to, but just a little bit about me. I live here in Nashville. I love writing. That's my favorite part of the game, and I'm always down to meet new people. And anytime I get a chance to kind of sit in a room and there's nothing, and then you walk out 3 hours later and you're like, we made something literally out of nothing. It's super cool. So hit me up.
Absolutely. You have good energy too. I think that's a big part of the writing process.
you. Oh,
yeah,
When
dude.
you're with
Everything.
when you're in the room with people that have good energy too, that's huge. So
I appreciate
keep
that.
up that good energy. And you know, I like to say this podcast is a little bit like church sometimes. You know, when they make you shake someone random's hand. Get a right with somebody. Set up a right with somebody in this room that makes you feel uncomfortable.
Totally.
A lot of artists, a lot of songwriters in the crowd. So if you want to take something from this show, do that tonight. And you know, I think we're building a community here. So
I love
we're
it.
excited to have you a part of it. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Paige.
so
Appreciate
much.
you.
Give it up for Paige one more time.
Oh yeah.
Larry, unplugged.
Well, let's just keep it rolling, man. Let's keep this train rolling.
We got Walker Taylor coming
Walker
up.
Taylor. All right. So, speaking of community, I just want to give a quick shout out to our second and last sponsor of the night, Picker, the Picker app. It's an awesome app. If you're an artist, songwriter in the crowd, download the Picker app. Basically, it's a way to get a bass player, a drummer, a producer, anybody that you want to make music happen. They've been a sponsor of the podcast since day one. And if you guys can do anything, download that app and support them. You can write on the wall. It's basically like a fantasy football team for your session, your music. So download the Picker app today, and we appreciate them very much. So, all right. Y'all are both from Alabama, and obviously, like I did a little bit of deep dive into some of your guys' stuff. So you started out freestyle rapping, is that true?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, tell us about that, man.
It was one of the first things that inspired me. I saw some people doing it, and eventually it would lead to me doing some like television opportunities on BET and stuff. It's been a good ride. Yeah.
Do you ever still freestyle or no?
Sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah. In
He did it the other day.
Yeah.
it was
Really?
dope. Yeah.
That's so sick, dude. I used to try to freestyle rap with my brother, and we were just terrible. I'm too white, bro. So I'm
some
glad.
learning.
Yeah. I'm actually curious about this. When you're freestyling, are you able in your brain to think like 3 steps ahead of what is coming?
I think it's more about like not overthinking it. Like you know what's gonna rhyme, and if it don't have to rhyme, it can go off, and you can A B kind of thing. I think you just keep rolling, just let it go.
That's crazy.
You can't overthink it.
Okay.
And then, so to play into that, I saw that you record your music typically, and I don't know if it's all this way, but it said at home and you don't read your lyrics. You basically freestyle your recording sessions. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. So before I moved to Nashville, I never wrote a lyric down. And then I realized everybody up here kind of types in their phone or whatever. So we kind of changed that recently, but I still at home, like I'll just punch in the whole song. It flows better that way for me, and it just seems so much more natural.
It's authentic, right? Like you're actually feeling the song rather than just reading it.
Right, yeah. So I got really comfortable doing it that way. I still do it that way, but it is nice to write it out sometimes.
I mean, that's freestyle country,
man.
dude. That's
Yeah,
sick. I love that. So, all right, we got Walker up here. He was on the show. He has still to this day, we've had maybe 200 artists on, still to this day, the most wild story I've ever heard. We have people submit facts about themselves. He got his finger chopped off in a dirt bike accident, and instead of, he was going for, I'm exaggerating. It was raining. He slipped on his motorcycle, chopped his finger off in the spokes, and his dog came up and ate the finger. Wow. Yeah,
that's
Can we
insane.
see?
That's still the craziest story I've had. There's one that was close.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was wild. I said I wanted him to come back, and I wanted him to play a song that made him uncomfortable, something that wasn't normally something he would do. And so you're doing that for us tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I love it. Well, Give it up for Walker Taylor singing his song "Save the Date" and the
Give
finger.
it up for Walker one time.
Hey, you should have saved the finger.
Yeah, my dog had other ideas. Grandpa bought us 2 tickets to the Braves game back in 2019. We never got to go because that cancer took them away from me. I buried that dog in 21. I hope heaven's got a couple acres and room for him to run. This calendar's filled up with days, but some days you just can't see. My brother should have had a baby back in 22. When he lost that little boy, hell, I lost him too. My cousin should have been shipped back home in 23. But all I got was dog tag tears stained on army green. Yeah, this calendar's filled up with days. Some days you just can't see. Some days you just can't see. And I don't know what 25 will bring, but God knows I know one thing. He's filling up them calendars with days. And you can't plan for flowers on the grave. Now you can't plan for flowers on the grave, but some days you just can't see. Some days you just can't see.
Y'all give it up for Walker Taylor.
Thank y'all.
Wow. That's one of those titles you're just like, damn, I wish I came up with that. That is so good, man.
Thank
Save
you.
the date, and it's dates you just can't save. I mean, that is obviously a personal song to you.
for sure.
I'm sure that cannot be easy to sing. Tell us a little bit about that song.
Yeah, man. Well, I lost my grandpa when I was 15, and we put a song out last January called Gone By Now, and that song is 100% for him. That's why we wrote it. That's why I chose to record it, the whole 9 yards. And I came up with this idea, and I just felt like he needed to be the one that started the song. You know what I mean? And then every verse that we go through on that song is like something that's happened, and it's not made up. It's everything that's happened, other than it's my best friend, not my brother. But yeah, it just I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to be like a save the date, we're getting married type of thing, because that's what it could have very easily been.
Totally. I thought it was going to be that for sure.
Yeah. And so I was like, how do we twist this and turn it into something really cool and something that a lot of people can relate to? And so I hope we did that.
Yeah. What do y'all think?
I thought the lyrics were dope. From the Braves tickets, which I relate to heavy, to the flowers on the grave. I thought it was an incredible concept and very well written.
Thank you.
Yeah, you play it well too. I saw the left-handed guitar. I was like, all right.
You said you buried the dog in one line of that song.
Yeah.
Same dog or
Yeah.
really?
Actually, yeah.
Buried the dog
in
and the
21.
finger.
With the finger or?
Yeah. Well, yeah, technically, yeah, I guess. It never came out.
So it never came out.
We looked, we never found it, so I'm guessing it's still in there somewhere.
Awesome song, dude.
Thank you.
Dude, it's A-listed for sure. 100%. Yeah.
Let's go.
Congratulations. Man, I appreciate you singing that song because I think a lot of people come on here and they do play it safe, and I felt like you kind of played it safe last time. That's why I said that. I wanted you to just dig a little deeper. And so I really dug it. I think if you can continue to write like that, you have a bright future ahead of you. So what's kind of coming up for you, man? What's some stuff that we have to look forward to?
Song-wise, the Holy Confession song was already supposed to be out, and I got the master back and hated it. But it kind of worked out because I used everything we talked about last time that I played it, kind of changed some things around. So hopefully we get that one recorded and get it out. Save the Date I already have the master for it, so it's just kind of figuring out when we're going to put it out. But hopefully we'll start putting a song out in July, and then we'll just have one out every month until we end up like these two guys right here.
There you go.
How old are you?
Let's go.
21.
21. Let's go. You just got here, basically.
I think we played Whiskey Jam together.
Oh, okay.
I think
You-
so.
Okay, at a writer's round.
I mean, I was definitely before you.
Oh,
but-
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome. You guys have any advice for a 21-year-old?
Just keep going, dude. You already got it. You got the name too. It's a great name for country music.
Thank you.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah, man,
You're doing all the right things. You're in the right rooms. Keep writing. Keep plugging away.
Yeah, dude, you got so much time, dude. I'm 28 and I feel like I'm 40. Dude, 21 is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that's great advice, man, because I think a lot of artists move to Nashville, and the biggest mistake they make, and I did it myself, that's why I say made, is you feel like you need to do it right now, and you're grasping, and you're just not ready. And they say it's a 10-year town because it really does take time to mature and get better. Obviously now with like social media and stuff, things can happen at an accelerated rate, but I still do think those core principles of like cutting your teeth, getting better, like that's always going to stay true. I know probably in 2020 was a big year with social media. Like a lot of artists popped off and on TikTok and stuff like that. And then now they're pretty irrelevant because people would go see their favorite artist from TikTok play and they couldn't perform. You know what I mean? So it does, you have to enjoy every step of the process, and you do have time. So I'm glad you said that. All right, well, give it up for Walker Taylor, everybody.
Yeah, I'll give it up.
Thank you.
Let's go, Walker.
All right, so how did you get the name Clever? How did that come about?
In a battle rap, I had a guy throwing a bunch of W lines at me. So to counter him, I was throwing a bunch of L lines. I'm gonna give you a loss, this, that, the other. And I said something to the likes of, you can call me Clever because I won't see an L ever.
Oh,
and then,
bars.
so
Shit.
somebody came up to me afterwards and was like, didn't you say your name was Clever? And at the time it wasn't. I was like 14. I was like, but I liked it and it wasn't too early to change it. So I did.
That's crazy. I love that. I won't see an L ever. I was curious. You came up with when you were 14? Yeah. Damn, bro. What the hell? All right, let's get the next name up here.
Rosemary Schultz. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now give it up for Rosemary.
So tonight we are doing something fun. I don't know if you're in the crowd and you're like, damn, how do I be a part of this? Or maybe you're just drunk enough to think you can. We got a bucket right here in the front. It's a Tennessee Titans bucket. You can put your name in that bucket. We have guitars. Just plug in, play your song. We will, we want to hear it. So put your name in the bucket, and we'd love to get you up here. It's my dream for this show is to one day have a bunch. It's like Kill Tony. That's how I kind of came up with the idea. But to have a bunch of people put their name in the bucket and we draw names out. So be sure to put your name in that bucket. All right. So you started in LA. Like, when did you move to LA? Actually,
It was around 2011.
2011.
Yeah.
Okay. So you moved to LA. You get plugged in with all these artists. Big name A-listers. What is something that somebody taught you from a young age that you still carry today?
I think I learned a lot in sports about leadership and discipline and that sort of thing, to just keep grinding. Sometimes you take a loss and you just got to keep moving and get better. I think that's something.
You said from sports?
Yeah, from sports.
What'd you play growing up?
Baseball.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
a football, basketball, but I had some baseball scholarship.
What position?
First base.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Were you lefty?
No.
Okay.
I was just slow.
Just
they
big.
put me
Big
in
and
first, yeah. But I could hit, yeah.
Were you a good hitter? Hell yeah. I played baseball too. Did you play any sports growing up?
I played baseball. Yeah, I played second base.
Nice. Damn, we got a little squad here.
Basically got a
I was
team
a
started,
left-handed
yeah.
pitcher.
Yeah,
we got our middle infielder. We got first base.
I played slow pitch softball for years.
Let's
so
go.
Put me in. I'll be the manager.
That's crazy. No, I'm glad you said that too about sports. I think you meet a lot of artists that are former athletes, and I think music and sports, they have a crazy synergy. I know a lot of athletes, and they all want to be artists, and artists always want to be athletes. What do you think? I mean, what do you think it is about that? Like, what did you take most from baseball?
I think you dream. It's for the dreamers, you know. It's when I was growing up, I wanted to be David Justice. I wanted to be Dale Murphy for a little bit, and then it turned into something else. You know, I wanted to be Kurt Cobain for a little bit, and somebody else. So you just keep growing, I guess. But definitely a lot of similarities. I think it's for the dreamers.
What do you think, man? Anything
Yeah,
you learned?
same, dude. I think it's just like the drive, man. Like, I remember when I was playing baseball, dude, I'd wake up every day and go, like, hit this baseball I had tied to a tree and just hit that thing a million times, try to get better at hitting, you know? And same thing here, dude.
It's just getting those at-bats and getting those hits and just trying to see what happens. I saw something the other day. It was like, I think it was like Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, all these crazy, you know, artists. And the amount of hits they have was very similar to like a batting average. And I was like, that's kind of crazy. You know, you think you need all these hits, and you really just got to keep swinging. Just keep swinging. So, yeah, 315 batting average, you good. All right, so we got Miss Rosemary Schultz. You ready?
I am.
All right. Give it up for Rosemary Schultz singing her song,
Give it
Betty
up,
and
give it
Jesse.
up.
Betty came from a broken home, so when she could, she would go. Barely 18 when she met a boy, Jesse. He said, baby, I can take the pain away. Drugs came cheap, the high was quick. She was betting on stolen dream. Boys like Jesse never stay on the right side of the road, no. Girls like Betty don't learn from a mama what not to do. Took her for a ride in his 9-to-5 Chevy. Couldn't recall if the lines were bright. If I was on the dash with a loaded gun, said, baby, hit the gas, don't look back. Drugs came cheap, the high was quick. She was burning out, but in too deep. Boys like Jesse never stay on the right side of the road, no. Girls like Betty don't learn from a mama what not to do. Well, he took the money, she took the blame. Now I'm on still, baby, on the way. And a story she'll tell one day. Drugs came cheap, the high was quick. She was betting on stolen dream. But boys like Jesse never stay on the right side of the road, no. Telling you, Betty, better learn from your mama what not to do. Boys like Jesse never stay on the right side of the road, no. Girls like Betty don't learn from their mama what not to do. Boys like Jesse never stay. No, boys like Jesse never stay.
Rosemary
give it up for
Schultz.
Rosemary.
Rosemary, where are you from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. How long you been in Nashville?
3 years.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Have you been playing guitar and harmonica for a while, or what's?
No.
No. Okay.
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I dig it. No, I'm glad you're getting your chops, getting better. Yeah, absolutely. I think couple notes I had. I had a little bit of trouble hearing your pronunciation. So like there was a couple of times that I was trying to hear what you said, and I heard it at the end. Boys like Jesse don't stay on the right side of the road. Yeah. No, and then boys like Jesse don't stay long, or
girls like Betty don't learn from their mama.
Okay. What was the ending hook though? It was like.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
That's probably why you didn't hear it.
Okay. There was just all right. I got what you're saying. But yeah, I think just a little bit of pronunciation, and then just keep practicing guitar, and the harmonica is cool. If you can pull that off, it's dope. You know what I mean? So just keep at it.
Yeah, I thought the harmonica was a great touch. I can play a little bit, not as good as you, but it is a cool touch. Keep at it. I like the chord progression. I thought it was really dope. Loved the minor chord you went to. What else was it? I thought the lyrics were cool. I think the concept's great. Just stick to it. Keep going. Stay at it.
I feel like little Lana Del Rey meets Bob Dylan inspo.
Ooh,
is that cool?
That's totally cool with me.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool. Do you go by Rosemary Schultz as an artist name? Mm-hmm. Rosemary would be a sick artist name on its own, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully one day I can go by just the first name.
And your hair too, like it's just got like your whole image, like everything on your Instagram should just be like reds.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, red should be your color, and just everything you wear, everything you post. I'm serious. Artists don't think about this. You have to have a brand now, right? Like,
absolutely.
If you go look at Jay's page or Clever's page, it is clean and it is their brand, right? Like you guys work on that. We'll talk about that in a second, but I mean. That's just a suggestion. I think your hair's dope.
Red's a good color scheme for it.
Yeah. But be yourself. Do what makes you. So tell us a little bit more about you. What's something that you're excited about, or what's something that makes you scared? Tell us a little bit more about you.
I mean, I feel pretty new to this still, so I'm just trying to put myself in uncomfortable situations. I do music more for like the mental health side of it. That's why I'm pretty new to it. I did it when I got out of the military. I never pictured.
Give it up. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, we can applaud that.
Thank you. I never pictured like being on a stage. I was never told I could sing. I played trombone growing up. That's like the only experience I have. So that I really just want to keep putting myself out there, honestly, and just finding my sound more. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think that's the goal. It's not about being in the right place at the right time. It's about being in the right place all the time. And I think you just got to keep putting yourself out there, and as long as you're doing that, you're moving forward. So
thanks, guys.
Keep at it.
That was awesome. Oh, yeah. I love that. I want to ask a little bit more. So what branch were you in?
I was in Air Force.
Air Force. Mm-hmm. Wow. So you're very smart.
I was smart for going Air Force.
What did you do for the Air Force?
I was AFE journeyman, so I packed the parachutes, fixed all the equipment that went on the C-130s, and then I taught a little ground and water survival.
Oh my gosh, that's an insane job, packing the parachutes.
It does not relate to anything civilian, unfortunately.
But
so,
if you screw up, like,
well,
that's bad.
I'm not a fan of flying now because of that.
Really?
I mean,
that's encouraging.
Any close calls?
No, it's more so I just know how the parachutes are packed, so I don't really want to use them ever.
Well, I'm throwing out my Southwest card when I get home. That's good to know.
Well, you're not getting in a parachute with Southwest.
We don't know that.
So you're afraid of skydiving?
Oh, I never want to do that.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Honestly, even before that, I never wanted to do that. So the irony was not lost on me.
Damn, that's crazy. So I'm very curious about you. You said that you do it for mental health. Mm-hmm. Did you struggle with mental health in the military, or was it something that kind of was after?
Kind of my whole life. So Betty and Jesse is about. I wanted to write a story about like generational patterns and trying to break it. So this is kind of like a cautionary tale, essentially. I carried some trauma into military, and it kind of just snowpiled onto that. And so I just find it, like music and writing, it was just for myself personally, but actually the first place I ever played was a mental health festival on a stage. I was terrible. But they saw my stuff that I posted online once, and she's like, I really love this. I need you to share it. And then that's kind of what snowballed me into just continuing to share. So.
That's amazing. I love that. So you said you went into the military with some things. Did you go into the military to try to like fix those things, or were you just trying to find out who you were?
I was terrified of going in the other direction. I needed discipline. I needed to take care of myself, honestly. So it did change me in some really good ways, but also I felt like I wasn't myself in the military. Like, who you see now, the wild hair and all that, that was not me, so.
Do you think that the military is a good place for young people that are struggling with, they don't maybe want to go to college, or they don't really know what their purpose is, that they don't have a dream? Do you think it's a good place for people to go to figure that out?
100%. I wouldn't be like where I am now if I wouldn't have had that guidance. And I also got a degree through it. I got a degree in sports medicine, and I found some mentors in the military. It wasn't all like bad, like, and you got the experiences. I got to go overseas for the first time. Like, I would have never had that experience growing up the way I did. So.
Wow, that's crazy. I feel like I could talk to you for forever. Thank you for sharing with us a little bit about you and opening up. I'm excited to hear more music from you. I think if you just keep that mentality where you write music for you and don't try to be what's trending or what's cool, like just do it because it helps you, you're going to help a lot of people. I believe that. So you guys have anything else to say? Or
I just thought it was great. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, keep going.
Thank you so much, guys.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Rosemary. Appreciate it.
Y'all give it up one more time.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's get the next name up here. Ryan Rooster Lee. Come on up here. What did I say that I was like, we need to talk about that? There was something we were talking about. Branding. Thank you. I think you guys both do a really good job about branding and just, I wish artists realized, you go into it wanting to make music, right? It's your passion, it's your dream. But when you really want to get to that next level, you have to look at your brand. It's something I struggle with every day because it's, I got 2 kids, and it's like the stuff I was singing about in the beginning, drinking, partying, going out, clubbing, all that shit is like not really my life anymore. So my brand is shifting a little bit, and it's hard to figure out how to do that. Do you have any advice, I guess for me, but probably a lot of artists that are in similar situations of just being authentic and putting yourself out there as a brand?
Yeah, I feel like the first thing you have to do is just look at what's true to you. Everybody has their own brand. I mean, we're all different humans. So I feel like the worst thing that you could do is fake it, So just diving into who you are and not being afraid to be yourself, because like there's a lot of things about my brand. I already had tattoos on my face and my neck. And so coming into country music was a little, scary at first. Like, will I be accepted? But whenever you get into it, you realize that you just have to be yourself, because that's what people are going to gravitate towards is you.
Yeah, I think if you are too broad, like even with your concepts and stuff like that, everything should be on brand. So companies that you work with, branding opportunities should make sense with your aesthetic, and maybe everything you should do should have something to it. I always mention like Star Wars having their own font and sound effects and that sort of thing. It's like you want people to be able to dress up for you at Halloween, you know what I mean? You need the whole thing. So, get the look down and lean in on what it is, narrow the lens.
That's awesome. I think people in LA do that very well. Honestly, I think pop music does that so well. And one thing I noticed about country is I think country's still trying to figure it out, where you got a lot of guys that look like Morgan Wallen, or you got a lot of guys that look like Zach Bryan, right? And it's like, you guys are super unique though. You guys are your own artists, but you're standing out. You're paving the way for other artists. And I just encourage artists all the time that they come up here and they're like, I'm like, man, I liked that song, but that was a Morgan Wallen song. Like, that wasn't you, And I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't fall into that trap myself. I think when I first moved here, I tried to be everybody I wasn't. But sometimes it's hard to be yourself. Sometimes it's hard to do that. So I appreciate y'all sharing that, side of things. All right. We got Mr. Ryan Rooster Lee. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Give it up for Ryan Rooster Lee singing his song Uberman.
Yeah. Some rat pack with his clothes on his back and a lawyer full of gold trying to get back to his home. Countryman wishing for some Hattie B's, finger licking good old Nashville. Chicken picking, digging those honky tonk down on Broadway on a Saturday night, and that Broadway girl looking just right. Asking me the best place they can find a hot date. A businessman from Boston wants some Austin, wants some Maine. Met a few from North Des Moines and New Orleans, all the same. They all wanna find some fame down in Nashville, and that's where I come in. They call me the Uberman. Some days he can pay really good. Got the hottest girls in the world calling me by my first name. Ask me if I'm single and they try to guess my age. I just laugh it off cause I know it's just a game. Say I got a nice truck and I can tell they just drunk. Talking straight to killing while I'm trying to keep a straight face. Laughing to myself cause they can't keep their face straight. Say they like my accent, Cali boys don't talk like that. Ask me for my Instagram and I just say yes ma'am. Search me and you find me, I'm the Uberman. Uberman, turn the radio on. Uberman, this is our favorite song. Uberman, won't you please sing along? Uberman, you're the best one we ever had. 5-star Uberman. Call me the Uberman. Texas girl talking now she's gonna marry a rich man. Bachelorette's a laughing cause the wrong is on the wrong hand. Berlin has the best damn wine she drank. She can't feel a thing. And now Dean jamming on the radio station. Got the whole truck shaking, moonroof blowing the hair back. Ask him how they like that. She throws me a 20, said don't worry, it's just money. All my jokes are funny and she won't see me the next time she come back. She calls me her Uberman. Uberman, turn the radio on. Uberman, this is our favorite song. Uberman, won't you please sing along? Uberman, you're the best one we ever had. 5-star Uberman. Uberman, turn the radio on. Uberman, yeah, my friend's so drunk. Uberman, you're the best one. Uberman, you're the best one we ever had. 5-star Uberman. Songwriter steady typing lyrics on his phone cause he found some inspiration from the one and only one.
Uberman.
Yeah.
5-star Uberman.
Yeah, give it up.
Oh man, Ryder Shirley.
I like it. I like it.
Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. So, all transparency, I met you. When did I meet you?
I think it was late 21 in the winter, maybe
Okay.
22.
All right. Well, you want to share the story? Because you wrote me a couple weeks ago and you were like, hey, I want to come on Playlisted. And I said, let's do it, man. I didn't know you'd sing a song called Uberman.
Man.
All right. Tell them how we know each other.
So, well, one night I was out driving and picked up some folks on Broadway. And they got in my truck and then only had to go about 5, 6, 7, 8 miles, I think, or so. And was just talking and cutting up and kind of talking about life in a way, too. And then it kind of got a little deep, which was great and stuff. But I've been doing the Uber for 9 years, over 13,000 rides and stuff. But, yeah. So... I've seen a lot of stuff. I wanted to go commercial with it. I'm getting sidetracked a little bit, but for many years, you know, I've been songwriting for a long time, but I didn't know how I could like commercially tie this in together to where it would be radio friendly or some type of stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that went on in Uber that don't need to be talked about really. But anyway, so I was carrying some folks home, and whenever I got there towards the end, I was got kind of inspiring, encouraging messages and things from this group of people. And whenever we got to the driveway or to drop off, I turned around and looked, and there was a camera in my face back here and another camera right here in my face. And I was like, what in the heck's going on? But I was still going with it. And then come to find out it was you and your wife. And she said, do you have Venmo? And I said, yeah. And I get that, and I get sometimes $20 and $50. There's been times I've been tipped $100, so it wasn't no big thing. This is something you don't know to this second. Whenever it popped up, I thought it said $100, and I was grateful and gracious and everything, you know. And at that time, I was going through something pretty hard in my life, and actually didn't know until I pulled off that it was a $1,000 tip from Miss Lexi Burke. And I still tell that story to many people. That story about it.
So we're not ballers. Don't worry. My wife did this thing back in 2020 where she would give $1,000 tips to service people and just Ubers and all this thing. It started out on TikTok, like a lot of things, and her followers just kept giving her money to give out, and it was ridiculous. I mean, at one point, this was after that, but at one point, because we kind of started as like just fun thing for her birthday. She wanted to give a big tip to a server, and at one point we woke up and there was $27,000 in her Venmo, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Dude? I was like, "Well," and the craziest part is like you can't. Like, the second I take a penny from that, the IRS is going to be on my ass. So it's like all money in, money out. We had to like literally find 20. I was like, shit, we got to find 27 people to give a tip to. So it kind of went nuts. And I think overall there were like over $300,000 that we gave out. But
wow.
You were one of the recipients, which I'm super, super excited about. And then you sing a song called The Uberman. That's crazy. All right. Craziest thing, like story that you shouldn't share. You don't need to. We'll blur the names. You don't need to share names. Craziest story that happened in Uber.
I don't know. I've had a lot of people try to make out, fight, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they don't usually succeed.
Try to make out with you?
Yeah, I mean it's happened.
Oh shit.
I've been shot at.
What?
Wow. It's the best of both worlds.
How'd they miss from the back
why don't you
seat?
start with
you can
that?
go on my TikTok and you can find it. It's on deep down in there. It was probably around the time that y'all and stuff. So, yeah, I dropped 2 girls off and they get out and all of a sudden just about 12 shots rang out. And you know, I'm a country boy and hunt and fish and shoot guns, and I can tell, you know, where shots come from. But it's a whole different world when they're going off in the city, in the houses, and it's dark, and I put it in drive. I was going to get out of there, and then shooting some more, and I was like, so I put it in neutral. So, anyways, there's a lot of stuff. That's why I say there's a lot of stuff that's happened that I can't talk about in a commercial type song.
Why'd you put it in neutral?
Because I didn't know where the shooter was.
Yeah.
I didn't know where the shooter was. At first, I put it in drive to haul till it.
Bro, that's like me in my dreams when I'm running.
I know.
I'm going nowhere.
Yes.
And that's kind of scary to think about in those moments. Like, you put your fucking car in neutral. Like, oh my God,
I would
bro.
definitely do that.
What was he shooting at you for?
They were shooting at the girls, I think.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know.
The
But
girls
so
you had in the car.
Here's another crazy story. So I went, and it was over in Germantown. And I went, and so that happened in December, and it was close to like, and my little kid was only like a couple years old and stuff, and it was close to Christmas. And that happened. And then about April the following year, that was at night, and then it was the daytime, and I pulled up there, and I'm checking messages on my phone and everything, and I'm waiting. This girl runs out and gets in my truck, and I hear, because I played this video so many times, because people get in all the time and ask me, what's your craziest story? And I'll sometimes play them that. But anyways, so I've heard her voice so many times, and she got in, she was like, hi, and this and that, and I was like, man, so I had a good feeling that was the girl, but I didn't want to like scare her if it wasn't. But I knew I was like parked in that same area. It was the same fence, same car, actually. And so I was driving down, I said, so how you like living back there in that area? She's like, it's all right. But I think she came from another country or a city, you know, like everybody does, buy something off market back in the days, you know. It was kind of like, you know, a tall, skinny, nice $1 million, $500,000 house next to the ghetto. But anyways, she's like, so I like the location, but the second week we was there, a guy was shot dead in our yard, and a couple weeks or months after that, she said that another guy was shot a few times and lived. But I was like,
So that was her then. That was her, the girl that.
yeah, it was actually her, and I played her the video and everything.
Oh,
She's
that's
like, yeah,
crazy.
that's so
Oh
crazy.
my
So
god,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Jeez, was North Nashville?
Germantown, back behind Kroger and that
Yeah,
Rosa
I used to
Parks.
live right there. We just moved. The day we brought my son home, our second son, there were 6 gunshots outside of our house. We still have a house there, so it's a great area. You should move there.
Yeah. You should buy his house. His house is fine. It's all the other ones.
It's an investment property, so it's a great area. One of the best. A lot of good people live there. A lot of good people.
I'm not sold.
All
on it, dude.
right. Yeah. I'm not touching that anymore. All right. The song, Fast as Hell, I think you could slow it down a little bit. I was trying to pick up on all the crazy shit you said. But man, you're a good dude. I love hearing your stories. I could hear you talk forever. What do y'all
Yeah,
think?
I think the song concept's great. You being a guy, an Uber man. I think the title's dope. I wanted you to get back to the chorus faster. So I feel like the verses was a little long. Other than that, I think it was cool.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was like a country freestyle, and it was so real. You know, it's like really you and what you've done. It's so cool, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should pitch it to Uber, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get that song plugged for Uber, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
See what I
about
did
it.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And I typically do play it a little slow. I was nervous as everything, but
Yeah. There's a lot of lights up here.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Damn. Unfortunately, I don't have any more $1,000 to give you, but
But the whole reason I even wanted to come on, you come
That's why you
across.
come up
I
here.
see your wife's your wife's stuff all the time, and then I seen you was on this and stuff. Mainly, I just wanted to come back and shake your hand,
hey,
brother.
dude, I appreciate it, man.
Y'all give it up for Ryan Rooster
Give it up for
Lee.
Ryan. Yeah, good to see you, man.
Thank you, Ryan.
This is a weird connection too, especially I didn't realize all that, but as soon as I recognized his name, and I had moved here in 2016 and had put my name out there to like get hired as a guitarist or bass player, and he had messaged me we never connected and never made it happen, but I'm like, how many Ryan Rooster Lees are there? And I went back and looked, and yeah, so 2016 he and I had messaged
crazy.
each other on Facebook. So.
Wow, that's crazy. And if you guys need a ride home tonight, Ryan is driving
Uber
Uber,
man.
and he is the Uber man. So be sure to hit him
expensive though.
up. He's an expensive. Your price just went up.
Let's
You
go.
may get shot at, just depending on which turn he takes.
I thought they
might
were
take it
shooting
to
at him
assault,
because he didn't make out with them.
The story was unbelievable, and I wish he would have started with, "Yo, I got shot at." Like that was the second craziest thing.
Yeah.
God, there's got to be some crazier shit. All right, well, let's get the next Uber woman or man out of here.
We've got Ava Page to
Give
the
it up.
stage.
So on that topic, a lot of artists, you know, we all do side gigs, side hustles, you know, pursuing the dream. Like Ryan driving for Uber. Did y'all do anything, or have you done anything, any crazy jobs in the midst of trying to make it as an artist before y'all did make it?
I did. I tried a lot, dude. It was hard to try to make music every day and grow and do that, but we really didn't have a choice. So one thing I did was work at a Mexican restaurant for about 3 hours until I realized I couldn't read the menu. So I couldn't answer their questions about the food. So I was just like, I don't know what that says. Sorry.
Just walked out?
Yeah, so I walked out. And lucky
They didn't
enough-
train you?
Did I what?
They didn't train you or anything?
I mean, they also spoke Spanish, so it was...
They only had 3 hours.
Yeah, we had 3 hours. They kind of threw me to the wolves, but...
That's not a lot of time to learn Spanish.
That's crazy, bro. All right, what about you? Anything crazy?
It's been a while. I mean, I left every job I ever went to. I'd be there for a month and then walk out. So I probably had 100 different ones, but I bartended a little bit. I worked at Taco Bell one time when I was probably 16. So, yeah.
That's
Taco Bell forever.
That's fine Mexican
But-
right there.
Yeah,
that's fine dining.
That's the real deal. I could do
High-end Mexican food.
All right, so you have worked with Justin Bieber, Post Malone, just to say a few. I mean, who else have you worked with? Just tell
I got
everybody.
some for Juice WRLD, Lil Baby, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, a bunch of different name drops.
That's no, yeah. All right, well, who's the most famous person in your phone?
In my phone?
In your phone.
Probably Justin or Post Malone.
That's crazy. What about you? Who's the most famous person in your phone?
Not Justin Bieber or Post Malone yet, but
Yeah, that was a tough one to follow. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're pretty famous.
I'd have to look, dude. Right, I'll say in this town, dude, Colt Ford has been really good to me.
Hell yeah.
since
How's he
moving
doing,
here.
man? Have you talked to him lately?
He's doing really good. Yeah, he's
Good.
getting ready to go back out on tour if he's not already. I know he's done some shows. but-
Good, good. He's one of the sweetest dudes I ever met, man. What is it like working with Justin Bieber? I have to ask that question because he's one of my biggest influences, one of my favorite artists of all time, somebody I've looked up to. I feel like at times I've literally tried to be like him, you know, with the swoopy hair, all that shit. We're the same exact age. So, and what's weird is he just named his son Jack. My son's Jack.
Wow.
That was not on purpose.
Okay.
But I really dig Justin Bieber, man. What's it like working with him?
Yeah, he was cool. You know, he came to me, he heard some of my stuff on Instagram and was in my comments one random day, and then I had 100 people message me like, Justin Bieber's in your DMs, blah, blah, blah. So I hit him up, yeah, and he was cool as hell. I wasn't necessarily a Bieber fan growing up, but it changed my mind when I met him and just saw what kind of work ethic he had and just his talent. He's got a lot of talent, so
oh, dude, the
undeniable.
Talent's crazy. You know Tay James by chance? Oh yeah. Yeah, Tay's a buddy of mine. I met him, and maybe one day I'll meet Justin. Yeah.
I'll link y'all up.
Yeah.
You still got the swoop in your hair.
Yeah.
so you should be
No, I
good.
still got it. All right, well, give it up for Ava Page singing her song "End of Your Rope."
Give it up.
Are you in San Antonio, Waco, Amarillo, or on your way to Dallas? And that wild wind feeling you were chasing, I wonder if you found it. Do you ever spare a thought for the heart that you left in the dust? Or is it out of sight, out of mind? 'Cause if that's the case, that sure makes one of us. 'Cause that same old sunset you holding on is the one I watch you disappear in. And that moon that you hung up and said was just for us is a reminder you ain't mine. And I can't believe that my heart is so stuck every piece of me is gone, and it hurts like hell, 'cause I still don't know why my heart is so stubborn. Can't give up on loving a man a woman can't hold. And I know I should let go, but I'm still at the end of your road.
Good grief. Y'all give it up for Ava Page one time, 3 times, 4 times.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
No, you're crying. That was unbelievable.
You
Ava. My
suck.
goodness.
You are the worst thing. I
Yeah.
mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Unbelievable.
it.
Unbelievable. I need y'all to give it up one more time for that. That was one of the most special performances I've seen on this show. Truly. Yeah. You are. Wow. Where are you from? What's your story?
I'm
How
from
are-
Nashville.
Wow.
I'm one of the rare unicorns that's left. Any other Nashvillians? I could just get nope.
Yep,
Why
that
do I
makes
even
sense.
ask?
That tracks.
Are you serious?
No, there's never. Man, there's a reason we're called unicorns.
Yeah.
Like there's none
Let's
of
go
us.
for out-of-towners. Give it up for the out-of-towners.
Hey.
Yeah.
Transplants.
Yeah.
What, man, what's your story? Tell us a little bit more about you, and then we'll dive into that song. But I want to know who you are.
Long story short, I was born and raised here in Nashville. Pretty good town to grow up in if you want to pursue music, for sure.
For sure.
My mom was from East Tennessee. My dad's from Memphis. They met in the middle and stayed. Literally living reincarnation of a Diamond Rio song. But I didn't really know music was a career, didn't know songwriting was a career until I was 10 years old. Long story short, I got the cool experience singing karaoke with Kelly Clarkson. And so through that, it went semi-viral online. I got invited to a writer's round, and I saw songwriters, and little 10-year-old me was like, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And so I performed a cover at a writer's round, because I was a spunky 10-year-old theater kid, and I was like, hey, I'll sing a song. So I performed a cover at a writer's round. She said, come back when you've written your own original music. And 2 weeks later, I was back with my first 2 original songs that I wrote. Wow. And I released my first album at 12. We don't talk about it. It's still out there. Somehow you can find it. We don't. It's all about fishing. I kid you not. The title track was I Won't Date a Boy Who Can't Bait His Own Hook. So that's, yeah. But
12 years old.
at 12 years old. No, yeah.
I like it.
Big
Priorities.
dreams.
Your dad's like, hell yeah.
It was,
He
yeah.
better bait a hook.
He can't even bait a hook.
Well, I got my first singing gig downtown when I was 13. I did that from around 13 to 14. I went through some health issues from 14 to 19. And, I had to take a little bit of a break from music, but by the time the 2020 lockdown ended, I was back at it and writing. Ended 2018, beginning 2019, I was doing 150 plus shows a year, traveling all over the country. I was 14 at the time, and now I'm 20, and I am trying my best. I got my first
Oh my God.
I got my first major label cut back in 2021 with an artist named Drake White, and I've gotten a bunch of
out to
independent
Drake
cuts
White.
since then. Yeah, shout out to Drake. You're awesome, man. I
As
love you.
a friend, yeah.
But I got a bunch of independent cuts, but I am trying to do as much as humanly possible. I'm trying to produce myself. I'm trying to be an artist, be a songwriter,
Yeah.
and just try to see which one fits. And I'd like
Yeah,
to say,
because you're a songwriter, but you are a singer.
Yeah.
too.
Thank you.
Don't get it twisted. Yeah.
And a
You
guitar
can always do
player.
both. So,
Good
yeah,
God.
never stop singing. Yeah.
thank you.
I think we met on like a writer's round or something
Yeah,
when you were literally a child.
Yeah,
Which-
I-
yeah,
Dude, I was
probably
playing
years
rounds
ago.
at 12. And, like,
Yeah.
there's videos of me literally with a ukulele at Commodore Grill singing about fishing. And I'm like, oh, sweet.
You're
Yeah.
she's 20.
Yeah.
You're 20 years
That is
old.
so
Yes.
crazy.
She's still a child, but yeah.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't.
But no,
sound
you
like it.
sounded great. Yeah, I thought it was incredible. I thought the lyrics were dope. The song was incredible. 10 out of 10 for sure. So you
Appreciate
play really well too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, when you said you were a songwriter, I was like, please tell me that you're at least gonna shoot your
Yeah,
shot
you've
at being
gotta
an
sing.
artist.
I'm trying, man.
You
Hence the
can't
dress.
not sing.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
that.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Talk about branding. Shoot.
Let's go. I see the boots. You're doing your thing. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I mean, you're clearly seasoned. You've been doing it for a long time. You can tell there's a difference when artists like you, songwriters like you, whatever you want to call yourself, come up on stage and have put in the 10,000 hours. You can just tell. You're the fact that you're 20 years old is just mind-blowing to me. I mean, I have no idea how that's even possible. I'm just like blown away. Obviously, the song's A-listed 100%.
Yeah.
I was
think
ready
the
for
only
that one.
advice I would
I
give
knew that was
you
coming.
is to put yourself out there as much as you possibly can. You know, on
Please do.
TikTok live, on videos, performance videos, especially doing a live thing just like this. I think, you know, to put something out there every day, I think it's just about showing who you are and getting your voice heard, and you're going to go far. So just put it out there 100 times over.
Well, a quick question for y'all. So, in the terms of social media, and I've been trying recently to be more personable online, right? Because not just be a singing head, just trying to show people personality and all that. What's your like ratio? Do you know, to like music content, to personal content, to just random stuff that you post?
I would say it needs to be more music driven first, with a touch of personal stuff to kind of make you a real person and people relate to it. But people are going to want to hear your music, and that's what you really want them there for. So I think you should stick. And there's a way to do both at the same time. You know, maybe at first 3 or 4 seconds you're doing some personality that goes into your snippet or something like that. But I think it should be 80-20 at the most. You know, like show some of your family side. Of course, people want to know who you are, but you're going to show that in podcast or like interviews or something like that. But as far as putting your face out there and singing, I think that's the move. Just keep shoving it down their throat, and they'll just keep loving it. So
One day, TikTok will like me.
Yeah.
it's there.
You're not the only one.
You get the hashtags right, it's over with.
Yeah.
No, I agree totally. 80-20 is a great ratio, and like especially at the start, just like let the music speak for itself and let it draw them in, and then you can worry about the other stuff later, I think.
Yeah, do you guys have any tips for social media? Anything like I had Cooper Allen on recently, and he said, you know, post between 5 and 8. It's kind of different, but do you have any like tips or tricks that you've learned from people that you like to stick to?
Yeah, from insights that I look at, I think TikTok typically does better at night, like primetime hours. It makes sense, like early in the morning, they're drinking coffee and looking at their TikTok, or they're laying in their bed watching TikTok. I think YouTube, Instagram may be a midday kind of thing more so, but TikTok's definitely like a 7, 8, 9 p.m. primetime hour kind of thing. I would say go live while you post, you know, to kind of get both audience going in, but also switch up the format of the style of content. So some authentic like phone videos with some like overly produced, kind of mix it back and forth. But what I see works well on TikTok is to keep previewing a new song. So you post that new song, you get this initial engagement. The second video, posting that same sound over and over, it gets a little tiring. People that still love the song may have already commented before, may not engage on the second time. So just keep shoving new ones down their throat till that algorithm starts looking out for you.
Which, shout out to songwriters. If you don't know what ffm.to is, Feature FM, you need to check it out. It's a pre-save link. It'll save you a lot of trouble. Just saying.
Oh, nice.
It's one of the gate-kept things that doesn't need to be gate-kept.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, that's
Just
great.
saying.
What about you, Jay? You have any tips or tricks, man?
I hadn't really noticed the time of day really affecting. I've had videos go viral at 10 p.m. at night that I posted right then, and 8 a.m. In the morning. What I've noticed is too, like those videos that you post at 8 a.m., if they want them to get pushed to the audience that gets off work that afternoon, they'll push them. I hadn't really noticed anything there. I do know just the personality, showing as much as you can, really does help. Maybe something at the beginning of the video to really hook them in. And then if the music is great, which it obviously is, then yeah, it'll help a lot.
I would say the concepts of the song, like, so this song in particular, you wouldn't necessarily want to follow up. If you get a bunch of fans on this song, you're going to want one. You don't want to do the same song over and over, but you need to stay in the same pocket for a little bit and really define. If you listen to a Morgan Wallen album, it's very much the same thing over and over, just different concepts, but it's very much driven in a very specific direction. And I think, you can be versatile all day, but if you're singing to everybody, you're really not singing to anybody in particular. And you need to focus on one person and hope that there's a lot of those people in the world.
For sure. I think it was episode 3. We had John Marks, who used to run Spotify's Hot Country, and he's one of the most insightful people I've ever met. And he told me very early on, music is no longer genre-based. It's just not. And I wish people would stop putting things in these certain categories, because it's really not if you go to a country concert, you're typically going to a country concert to drink beer and have a good time. And so all these artists are wanting to be a part of that culture, and that's awesome. I think that's how it should be. But it's genres are dead. It's mood based. Yep. Everything is mood based. And if you're in the mood to drink, there's a lot of different songs for that, and that might fall into the country thing. But I think you need to figure out, like, what is your mood? What kind of mood do you want to be? Do you know?
My branding is boots, guitar, and country music. So I guess since...
But that's not a mood.
It's real. That's my mood, is being real.
Okay.
And it's like being real, whether that means I'm in a party mood or if I want to sing about a boyfriend that left. Like,
yeah.
I think... But when I want people, my kind of thing I want people to do is don't look at me, listen, and I want you to feel the truth in my lyrics, in my songs, and that's kind of what I try to convey.
For sure. No, I think you do a great job of that. I definitely want to have you back. So I feel like you're young enough to want to like take this show in and like learn. So would you be willing to come back? Okay, we're gonna have you back, and we're gonna have you back, and I don't know. I see some big things in your future. I think there's like, I don't know. I want to have you back very soon. Like, what are you doing next week?
I can check.
All right, let's have you back next week. Yeah. I want to hear a different song. I want to hear a different side of you. You played obviously a breakup song. Is that song true, by the way?
I've actually never dated anyone before, so I am single as a Pringle, but I write about it.
There you go. You've seen movies, you get it.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm scared for when you get in a relationship because holy shit, that poor bastard. Don't break her heart.
Hey, he has to be able to bait a hook, though, you know.
For sure. Gotcha. All right, well, give it up for Ava Page.
Give it up.
That
give
was
it up.
awesome. Unbelievable. One of the best voices I think we've ever had on the show. So yeah. Holy shit. Well, I think there's 2 names in here, so we'll try to go pretty quick.
We got John Stork. Let's go.
John, y'all give it up for John.
John Stork, come on up here. All right. Do we have any names in the bucket? Are there any names in the bucket? We got a couple names in the bucket. All right. Well, the bucket is still open, so if you want to put your name in the bucket, we got a couple drunk guys at the bar. I know they can play guitar and maybe play around their family bonfire here and there. Be sure to get your name in the bucket. And I know we have some amazing artists in the crowd too, so I'm excited for that. Okay. So, Jay, you got a song on Sirius XM The Highway right now. Congratulations,
yes,
man.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, that is unreal. Tell us a little bit about that song and what was it like hearing your song? Was that the first time you heard it on the radio?
Yeah, first time ever. Dude.
Okay,
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, we happened to catch it on video too, which was crazy because we sat there for like hours, multiple days trying to catch it on Sirius, and I was like, oh my God, dude, we're never going to catch this. But it played. So we caught it. No, I wrote that song about my wife. It's a love song. Wrote it with my buddy Eddie. And yeah, dude, it was the most authentic and real I felt like I've ever been when I wrote a song. And it caught, dude. I posted on TikTok from the first video, over 1 million views, and it just took off. And so we're very grateful to be, we're independent right now, so completely. So to be on Sirius is just, it's insane.
It's huge, man. Yeah. It's a big deal. And it's a lot, if you don't know, like, it is a huge deal to get on Sirius XM, The Highway, and just any type of radio as an independent artist, right? It's just so hard to do. Yeah. So, sorry, you were going to say something. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, as the wives, mine and his wife is right there. I'll give it up for the wives.
Oh, hell yeah. Give it up.
The muse behind that song.
So, and I was going to say, I'm glad you talked a little bit about that because I listened to a lot of your stuff today, and it was very obviously down the same vein, but it was a totally different concept and a little bit, I'll say, like, more tender-hearted of you, and a cool side of you that I don't feel like has been shown a lot. So tell us a little bit about, like, how was that hard for you to do, to be emotional like that?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I just like to be real. I really like what she said about being real. I feel like that really does matter nowadays, and I think we've had so many different songs take off on TikTok and social media that do have different kind of stories behind them. So we've got the party songs, we've got the songs for those that are going through struggles, and then we now have a love song. So I think as long as it's true to who you are and it makes sense, I think you can pull it off. You just have to get those songs.
Oh, 100%. Because the production and everything, it was you. What I mean by that is like that song was you. It just was like a different concept, right?
Yeah,
and I
for
think
sure.
that's where artists need to really like take notes because like you said, you can do so many different things, but still be authentic to you, and that's really cool, man. I'm excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. We got Mr. John Stork here, and he was a last-minute addition. Your flight got canceled, right? Earlier today? Delayed?
Delayed. Backed out from the gate. Delayed. I ended up in Atlanta somehow.
Okay, that happens.
We were in Houston 3 hours too late. I woke up in Georgia. I don't know what happened, man.
Well, you're here.
I wasn't in a van.
You're here.
We're so happy you got here.
Yeah.
So the other artist, we have a regular on the show named Chandler James, and he, I don't know if he's here, but he had some family coming in, and the thing with being a regular is you get to come on whenever you want. His family, I don't know what was going on in Nashville, but his family ended up not being able to make it on time, so he's like, hey, if there's somebody else that wants to play, give my spot to them. So now you're here because of delayed flights.
Yeah,
so
Let's go.
Let's
Give
pump.
it up for Delta Airlines.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So everybody give it up for John Stork singing his song, Saddle for Sale.
Pinned up on the wall by the radio at a one-stop light cafe in New Mexico. Straight to the point, scribbled in blue, $300 or best offer will do. Saddle for sale, a little worn, a little weathered, worse for the wear, but still holding together. Down rode the cowboy who finally had to give up the trail. Saddle for sale. It's seen decades of callous hands, blood, sweat, and tears, snow drifts and sunsets and angry steers, some bloody old dreams that never turned out, a buckle or two that he still brags about. Saddle for sale, a little worn, a little weathered, worse for the wear, but still holding together. It's out rode the cowboy who finally had to give up the trail. Saddle for sale. Woo-hoo. Oh, somewhere tonight on the side of a bed through one lonely window, he's staring out west, asking the good Lord why he couldn't go out in his boots like good cowboys do. Oh, saddle for sale, a little worn, a little weathered, worse for the wear, but still holding it together. It's out rode the cowboy who finally had to give up the trail. Saddle for sale.
That was so good. That was so good. Y'all give it up to John.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's some Texas country right there.
Hey, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
where are you from, man?
I grew up southwest of Houston. I made it a whopping 30 minutes from where that took place. So now I'm just west of Houston. That's pretty nice.
Nice. Nice.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, what'd y'all think of that one?
I thought that was
Love
great,
that
dude. I
shit,
think your
dude.
voice is incredible,
Yeah,
dude. I love the falsetto you go up to. I love the whole, everything you did. The lyrics were great. The structure of the song was great. I thought that was an incredible song. So I like the lyrics a lot. The weather, holding it together was my favorite part. That's a good song, bro.
Yeah, I actually just came back from working cows in the Panhandle last week, and my shit broke. Like the first 45 minutes into this drive in this pasture, it's been a little while, and they invited me to come up and work, and I was like, no, don't worry about it. I got my own saddle.
We're just glad your flight.
Busted.
We're glad you missed that flight now, dude. It was good. That was good.
And they're not cheap, right? How much is a saddle these days?
I haven't looked at them because I can't afford them, but I know how much a used one is, and that's a good $800-900. So
God.
Okay.
so hopefully I can fix that when I get home.
Horses are so cheap, you know.
Oh yeah,
Man.
horses and
Cheap
boats.
hobby.
If you
Yeah.
know somebody with a horse or a boat, just use theirs.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
I thought that was badass, dude. Like I could hear that being in Yellowstone or something, and the
Yeah.
guitar, like Willie Nelson vibes with the guitar. I love that
Hey,
shit.
this thing came out of a dumpster, and it's used to the Texas humidity. So I
Wow.
pulled it out up here. You can obviously tell it wasn't ready, but
It sounds
No, it
great.
sounds
though, dude.
great.
The vibe is so there.
thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you're awesome. You just have such an old voice, such an old soul, and I mean, I think you're gonna be big time, man. I really do. I mean, there's something special, and for the first time, I got to go to the Stockyards in Fort Worth, and we were just there randomly on like a Tuesday, and I heard, honest to God, some of the best country music I've ever heard in my entire life. It reminded me of a place a little bit north of my hometown in Cave Creek, Arizona, and it's just you go in there and they're real cowboys. They roll in on their horses and.
Hey, you can't get a DWI on a horse. Just to let you know.
Really? This is true.
Not where we're from.
Are you serious?
I mean, the horse is technically kind of driving.
You
know?
definitely. I mean,
It's kind of it's you got to drive.
I mean, you are driving. You're driving.
And if they're good enough, they know how to get home.
Yeah,
holy
there you go.
shit. I wonder if there's no way you definitely get a DUI in Nashville for sure.
Yeah,
Maybe in Nashville.
I mean, if you're
By the way,
riding
you
down
hear about-
Broadway
I
on a
mean,
horse,
hey, when's the last time you saw a horse in Nashville riding?
Guess
Yeah.
what you will see in
Well, not
Nashville
on a
that you
carriage.
definitely won't get a DUI for? A zebra.
yeah,
There's a fucking zebra, dude.
Anybody got zebra? You hit me up.
There
Bro.
was a zebra on the loose. I know
Yeah.
you're not from here, but this is big news, national news. Zebra on the loose. They caught it yesterday.
What was his name again? Everyone's-
You gotta be careful with that. Kind of
Ed.
shit
His
back
name was
home.
Ed.
I mean,
No, his
can't
name
remember.
wasn't Ed.
somebody got a
Everyone-
new rug if that happened back home.
Yeah. That thing's not getting
Dude,
back.
they picked it up. They picked it up
What
in a
zebra?
helicopter.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Oh yeah, no, they picked it up in a helicopter, and it was the funniest shit.
Dude.
If you get a chance, look at this video.
It's
It
on
was-
my story with the Titanic song. It's really dramatic. So, yeah.
It's crazy. So it says here you got multiple Texas number ones. Obviously, are
That tracks.
you touring in Texas right now?
Man, I've actually taken a good amount of time. I've been coming up here for 5 going on 6 years. I come up every month, I write, I turn around, I go home.
Damn.
And it wasn't until this year, actually not even this about 6 months ago, I started kind of venturing outside of the writing rooms. I just didn't want to jump into anything that I wasn't prepared for, and making friends and finding the right ones is important up here, or anywhere. Period. That's life. But I have taken a little bit of time off the road, like I said, and I missed the first year of my little girl's, basically her first year of life, and so I've been home for a lot of that, and a lot of the fun stuff, the talking, the
Nice.
potty training, all that fun, and just filling the well back up.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, that's I cannot relate more. It's very similar to what I'm going through, and you have kids. It puts everything in perspective. You got a little daughter, right?
Yeah, I've got 2 kids. Yeah, I've got a 11-year-old boy and a 3-year-old daughter. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it
Jay,
sucks
do you have
to
any
have to make
kids?
sacrifices.
I do not have any
you
kids
know?
yet.
Okay, yeah.
It's coming.
Whoa.
Tonight's the night. I'm calling.
Not tonight, it ain't.
But you know what I'm saying, man? Like, it doesn't having a kid just put everything in perspective.
It does,
for you,
yeah. You
really?
grow up, and I know what it was like to have to make sacrifices every now and then to do this, but and I'm bringing mine with me. That's mine that keeps crying over there in the corner every now and then. So
I love it.
Yeah, it happens. It gives you a reason to do it for. So
Why we're here.
yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm excited that your well's filled up, man. It's time for you to just keep going at it and keep pushing, because you're a star, man. You really are. Like, you have such an incredible voice, such a great presence. You know what I feel like, too, is when you take a little time off, you get humbled and you get, your ego is shed. And I can feel that from you. I feel like you're just ready to just do it because you love it again. And I'm excited to see that.
Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Give it up.
Y'all give it up
Come
for
on.
John one more time.
John Stork, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you made the A-list. No shit, you made the A-list.
Let's go.
See,
Let's go.
I was like, hey, Dean, I'm so, thank you, Dean. What a great dude. What a great dude.
I was like, yeah.
100%.
I have zero influence. Just to
He
be
knows.
clear,
No,
so.
he knows. He knows.
It's like we finish each other's sandwiches.
We got one more name in here, and then we're gonna do one from the bucket. So let's get this one.
It's Trey Calloway. Yeah. Y'all give it up for Trey.
Trey Calloway, everybody.
Trey also had a hell of a travel day. We heard about that earlier. Yeah. 10-hour drive today?
Yes, sir. All the way from CCM in Myrtle Beach.
Let's go.
Myrtle
Let's
Beach.
go.
Y'all give it up.
Let's go.
Yeah, Trey drove 10 hours. to
10
be here
hours.
today, so
Let's go, dude.
It's about 9 hours too long.
So I read somewhere that you are pretty outspoken about signing a bad record deal. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, around 2013, 2012, I signed a shit deal, stuck in it for about 5 years or so, and it got to where I couldn't release songs for, I had probably 100 of them I was sitting on. Had some really cool features on it and stuff, but it would actually push me to start writing songs for other people, so I'm not mad about it. I wouldn't be here today without that move, but I did get into a shit deal, and I could probably talk you around it if you need some advice on it.
No, I mean, I don't think it's something that people talk about. We talked about it for the first time last week. I also signed to an artist development company, which is fucking illegal in LA, by the way. It should be. And I talked to my wife. I'm going to just say this on here. We're going to start the first what is that? How do you say? Philanthropic. Jesus, I can't even. The first philanthropic thing we want to do with this podcast is, I think there needs to be legislation in Nashville to stop artist development companies. I think it's a scam. I think it's bullshit. I think they prey on young artists that are just trying to make it. And so we're going to start. I'm writing the congressman. I'm all in on this to try to get rid of artist development deals in Nashville. I think it needs to stop. I was signed to a deal for 7-8 years. They took 22.5% of everything. And it was, at the time, I was getting like 200, 300 million streams. It was hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so it's just not okay. I don't think it's right. And we're going to put it into that with this podcast and with all of you guys supporting. And I know people are like, I don't really know what I'm clapping for, but can you but seriously, there are deals that people give you that you think are good, and you think, and it's not necessarily the record deal. You can't get rid of a bad record deal, but I do think you can get rid of people that are preying on and saying that they're going to promise certain things. What do you advice do you have for a young artist that's going through something like that?
I would say get a good lawyer. You need a good lawyer to look it through and really show you that somebody that's on your team and know. To be honest, they say don't sign the first deal. They don't mean somebody offers you a deal, you're like, no, I'm not signing with you. I think what you put on paper, it works both ways. So you have to figure out how to make amendments to the contracts and make it make sense for you and them. And if you can do that, I would say maybe try to come back on some of the years if possible. A lot of one of my first big deals, it was like a 7-year contract, and that's just a long time. I mean, I did a deal with Republic Records actually that ended up giving me $1 million signing bonus, and I did one album and walked. And that's probably not a good idea either. But you got to be with the right people, and sometimes it'll be a mutual, just walk away. But some people can be really tough to get out of, and once you're in, you're in. So.
Well, and that's the thing. And like you said, just get a good lawyer because, listen, $1 million, how old were you?
I was, I don't know, mid-20s.
Right? Like a 20-year-old kid, $1 million, like, here, just sign right here. Like, of course, who isn't going to do that, right? It's so shiny. It's so exciting. Having a team like, a big name believe in you, obviously, like, that's awesome. But when it comes down to it, we had an artist on a couple weeks ago who got out of his deal and then it doesn't really happen, though. It's hard to do. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. I really want to help a lot of artists that are about to sign. I hope everybody gets a chance to sign a record deal. I just hope you sign a good one. That's all it is, right?
Yeah.
Just sign a good deal.
But I think as long as you can keep yourself afloat and keep putting your stuff out there, the labels are going to walk as slow as you walk. They're going to run as fast as you run. So they really don't know what makes it tick. You know what I mean? They're waiting on you to blow it up on social media. So you just got to give them ammunition.
For sure. Yeah. Record deals are not bad. Bad record deals are bad. So, all right. With that said, let's give it up for Trey Calloway singing his song "Heart on the Highway."
One more show, one more I miss you phone call. Another one, why I live this life at home. I guess it's down, no country music's in my blood, and it's both keeping me alive and using me up. I left a lot of heart highway. I sang a lot of pain on this stage. Lived a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears. Burned a lot of bridges under them good years. Fell in and out of love between the chords. So let it be written on my grave. He lived every song he played. Left his heart on the highway. I found freedom in the eyes of a rebel rider, and I found Jesus in a back roadside diner. Falling asleep on the side of the road with the radio in my ear. I lost a woman I loved, the dust in my rear view mirror. Well, I left a lot of heart on the highway. I sang a lot of pain on this stage. I lived a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears. Burned a lot of bridges under them good years. Fell in and out of love between the chords. So let it be written on my grave. He lived every song he played, and lived his heart on the highway. Sang a lot of pain on this stage. I lived a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears. I burned a lot of bridges under them good years. I fell in and out of love between them chords. So let it be written on my grave. He lived every song he played. Left my heart on the highway. Left my heart
Y'all give it up for Trey Calloway.
Wow.
He showed up and said, "Go easy on me." You're out of your mind.
Trey
bro. That's
Calloway,
amazing.
everybody.
You
God.
don't sound it. You do not sound it.
Where are you from, man?
So North Carolina, originally around the Charlotte, North Carolina area.
Okay.
I
Nice.
live in a town called Mooresville, which is where all the NASCAR shops are.
Do you live here or you live there?
I live in
Okay,
Nashville
gotcha.
about 3 years now.
Wow. Who are your inspirations, man?
I love Garth Brooks. I love George Strait.
Okay,
I love Alan
stop there.
Jackson.
I literally heard Garth Brooks in your voice. I gotta hear. What's your favorite Garth song?
This one.
Can you just do it? Do it like a little. Just do a little verse chorus.
This old highway
Woo!
getting long.
Thank you.
Seems there ain't no end in sight. Sleep would be best, but I just can't afford to rest. I gotta ride to Charlotte tomorrow night.
Let's go.
Hey,
Oh man.
let's go, man.
I appreciate you
Damn.
not playing the chorus. We'd get some monetization issues on YouTube. Dude, I mean, literally, the second I heard your voice, I was like, that sounds like Garth. Better?
Hey.
Just call it. Yeah.
I mean,
I thought
mean,
your voice.
just
Yeah, your
unreal.
voice is incredible.
I wish I had his money.
Yeah, that
I'll
too.
take that.
His hits, I'll take it. Yeah, I thought your tone was incredible. I think your runs are really good, very clean. I thought the song was dope. The lyrics were incredible. So 10 out of 10 for me, for sure, dude.
Yeah. Jay, what do you think, man?
Yeah, dude. Country radio gold, dude. That
Yeah,
shit is crazy.
absolutely.
Man. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. I was blown away, dude. That shit is awesome.
Can I shout out my co-writers on that?
Yeah,
one?
absolutely.
Yes, please.
It's Collins Horton and Kyle Whitaker helped me write that. song.
All right, give it up.
Hell yeah. So what's your? Because there's certain voices that you hear and you're just like, wow, so many incredible voices tonight.
Yeah,
some of the best
seriously.
we've ever had on the show. So give it up for all the talent tonight.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
that's unreal. What is? I guess my question is like, why are you not signed to a deal?
Yeah.
What's
We
your
have this
social?
artist development
I have
deal
an
here.
answer,
If you want to,
honestly.
Yeah. What's your answer on that?
So I played music for a living for a long time, and I mean I've been a honky tonk man since I could play a guitar. I was making money in bars and clubs and stuff, and then I moved to Nashville about 3 years ago. And honestly, I haven't really, I guess I was waiting around on them to come talk to me, but that ain't the way it works, So I've been more aggressive and going out and trying to set up meetings as of recently. So hopefully that might change.
Let's
you never
go.
know.
How old are you?
33.
33.
Yeah, just getting started, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you're gonna be okay. I say this all the time. I think Sam Hunt was 37 when he got his record deal. Brett, Ronnie
Yeah.
Don, 37. Yeah, I mean, don't worry about age. You got plenty of time.
And you look great.
Yeah,
You look great.
It's all
killing
honky
it.
tonk.
Teens.
I don't know what
Honky-tonk
face.
is my band.
Yeah. I don't know what face cream you're using, but shoot me the link.
Dean.
My wife's got
You know,
good
there you-
gel stuff I put on this.
There you go. That's
Oh
perfect.
man, dude, I gotta have you back too. So let's get a date. I want to get you back very soon, very soon. Yeah,
I need
you
new
are
regular music. It was funny for 1 week, but we gotta fix that. I'm
we
sorry.
had that music. We had this dude out here, and every time somebody would play, he'd be like, "Hell yeah!" And so we had him come up on the mic and record
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it
And then I
was
found
unreal.
Nintendo music to put it over. So yeah, I'm real creative. Yeah.
So, all right, what's your social media look like?
So my Instagram is pretty good. We're building my TikTok right now. I would say my TikTok is pretty pitiful. My Spotify streaming numbers are pretty good. I mean, I've sat anywhere from 30,000 to 400,000 monthly listeners, and
Okay.
I think I'm at like 3 million streams right now. So I mean,
Okay.
I'm getting
yeah.
there, but it's such a work in progress, man.
Yeah.
It's always you put out that. I think it's all about that one song coming out. You
It
put that one
is.
song.
You have a voice. My advice to you, man, is just do what you just did tonight. You have an ability to do that. Not everybody does. Not everybody can do that. So just get a cool setting. This is a crazy light. Get some lights. Get an iPhone video and just play like you do. Play covers. Play a lot of covers. Play a lot of 90s covers because people are going to gravitate towards those, and then they'll be like, oh my god. And then shit, you can clip this right here. This guy sounds like Garth Brooks. Boom, do a Garth Brooks video. I'm serious. Just clip that, put a Garth Brooks video up. Or people say I sound like Garth Brooks, play a Garth Brooks song. I mean, there's so many options. I just think you need to people need to hear your voice. It's a matter of time, for sure. Any advice?
I
for
would
him
say
on
the
that?
same thing. Yeah, if your TikTok is struggling, I would say consistency on TikTok is where it's at.
That's probably what I'm lacking.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of people do, and if you can do 1 day, 2 days a month where you're just dedicated to content, and my schedule is like every 3 days I'm trying to post another one, so it's not like every day, it's not 3 times a day, and if you can do 5 or 6 videos in one shot, you got a couple weeks worth of content, and then the more you do shows like this is content. You're going to have a clip from this. You can have somebody filming on your phone. Anything that you do, I think, could be. You never know. So just keep putting it out there.
And all the artists that are on here don't usually hit me up about it, but I do. If you want the Dropbox files, I can send them to you. You guys can clip them up. Do not screen record it from YouTube. It looks like shit. Just ask me for the Dropbox. I'll get it for you, and it'll look good. But no, man, you're phenomenal. The song's A-listed 100%. And yeah, I want to have you back on very soon, so give me your schedule and we'll get you back on. But man, unbelievable. Thank you so much, man.
Y'all give it up for Trey Calloway one more time.
I appreciate you traveling so far. Listen, I know you got a daughter. We're gonna wrap this up really quick. We got a couple names in the bucket. We're gonna draw a name real quick. Get them up here. Get that music playing. All right, here we go.
We got Ethan Sack, Like a Curse. Let's go.
All right, Ethan Sack. We called Ethan Sack's name 2 weeks ago, and he was outside smoking a cigarette and didn't hear it.
Oh my gosh.
So it's destiny, baby. Let's go.
I felt so bad I had to come back.
All right.
Welcome back, brother.
That's crazy.
I've got some Zins if you need them.
All right,
I'll
Ethan,
make
you.
it. I think I'll
This is
survive.
the problem with the bucket poll is you just got to plug in and play. I don't even know what song you're playing.
It's called Like a Curse.
Hit that pedal right there. Is your guitar tuned?
Sounds like it.
All right, we're good to go. What's it called?
It's called Like a Curse.
Like a curse.
Wrote it a few weeks ago. Let's see if I get it through.
All right, let's get it.
All right. Something green scaring me, and how your voice sounds reminds me of when we first were going out. And even though you've got that smoke hanging from your mouth, shooting through it, straight and true. It's like you hate me now. So here we go again, and I guess I hadn't made you happy back when we were in that later stage of acting nasty, playing make pretend. I can't ask you to put it past me. So say my name like it's a curse. Air out your frustrations. Quit being reserved. I see that fire raging, and I know it's gonna hurt, but I'm running out of patience. Call me what you thought of me for years, no hesitation. Say my name like it's a curse. Like a curse. Look at us reminiscing on when I loved you more. Standing stiller than the air between us and the door. I hope that one day you'll forgive me, 'cause I don't want you gone
move on. So here we go again. I know you tried to make me happy back when we were in that later stage of acting nasty. Play and make pretend. I can't ask you to put it past me. So say my name like it's a curse. Air out your frustrations. Quit being reserved. I see that fire raging, and I know it's gonna hurt, but I'm running out of patience. Call me what you thought of me for years, no hesitation. Say my name like it's a curse, like a curse. Say my name like it's a curse, like a curse.
Holy shit, dude.
Okay.
Yes.
If
Your range is insane.
Dude, if anybody questions like how fucking talented people are in Nashville,
Yeah.
This dude just put his name in a bucket and we randomly pulled his name out.
Yeah.
I mean, like
That shit
what?
is great, dude.
What?
Holy shit. You want to write this weekend? dude?
Yeah.
Seriously.
All the time, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
What do you think? You start us out, Jay.
Dude, that shit is so badass and so different, man. That's gone. Have you got that produced yet?
I wrote it 3 weeks
Dude.
ago. I'm producing other stuff.
Yeah,
Take
please
the mic
produce
out.
it.
Take the
Oh,
mic out. You can
Yeah,
just-
no,
please.
I wrote it a few weeks ago. So it's a duet, by the way. It's kind of like a someone that I used to know type vibe, where in the second verse she sings to him, "Look at when I loved you more," and that's when the second verse she's saying, "So say my name like it's a curse," because they're both mad at each other, trying to love each other but move on. I don't know. That was the idea.
Please cut that, dude, and post it
Yeah.
on TikTok like tonight, dude.
Yeah,
Holy
it's
shit,
crazy.
man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought your tone was incredible. Your energy, you could really feel it, and that's what making music's about, dude. Making somebody feel something. I thought it was insane.
God.
I'm trying not to cry right now.
Yeah, do your thing.
Man,
It's good content.
you almost fell out of your chair. You were so into it at one point, and I love that, man. Like you could feel I mean, obviously we're on stage, so we could feel it a little bit more, but I hope that y'all could feel that too, right? Like, could you feel that song? There's a beautiful crack in your voice. Like there's that you could feel that pain. It was perfect imperfections that I loved. It was so raw and real in your voice, dude. Your tone, like, I mean, in your range, I could just keep going on. Like your range was crazy. I mean, I don't even know how many.
You could have stayed in that low range, and I wouldn't have been mad. And then you went for it, and I was like, oh my goodness, he's got all of it. So that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, you made the A-list. Congratulations. From a bucket. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Y'all give it up.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Anything? I know nothing about you because obviously I'd have notes on everybody else. You're straight from the bucket poll. Where are you from?
I'll give the rundown of it. I'm from Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Yo,
all right.
Yeah, that's why y'all liked him.
No
And what's so
wonder.
funny is I moved to LA for 4 years to do production at school, and so I just moved at the beginning of this year back to Nashville to kind of be a bit closer to family. And I mean, you said it earlier in the show, was what I was kind of feeling in LA is like the music scene in LA is big because there's a lot of people. But like in Nashville here, it's big because it's dense, and that's the culture of Nashville. And so it wasn't just because I wanted to get closer to home, which was a big part of it. But I think a lot of it was just I wanted to be in a community that was based around making music. And it's like that song was a little bit more country-esque. I make more pop stuff, really, like kind of pop electronic chaperone type stuff. But
she's not successful at all.
So
not at all.
Here's my only critique. My only critique on the entire performance, the entire part of what you just said. I think a lot of people think that because they're in Nashville, you have to say that was country, or be country, or fit this country vibe. I think what you did was so authentically you. I would not put it in a box, and I would not say that it's country, because Nashville is a music city and it is not a country city. All right, I'm gonna be straight up about that.
Love that.
So I know you're new to town, and I know like you feel like, hey, I gotta be a little country or do this. Like, dude, just do what you just did. Yeah. You will stand out above everybody. I mean, there is. And you're from Muscle Shoals, you already are a country. You don't have to prove that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm serious. Like, do what you did. I hear it. EDM tracks. I hear your voice on like a pop song. I hear your voice in so many different areas of music. So just keep doing it, man. I'm excited, and I want to have you on for real again. So let me know when you want to come on again. We'll make it happen.
I got plenty of songs.
You were phenomenal.
Let's go, bro.
And don't take so many cigarette breaks that you miss.
Dude,
calling your name.
I haven't stepped outside once.
That's what puts the crack in his voice.
Yeah,
that you
it's
like.
working, dude.
I missed my opportunity the first time. I couldn't miss
might
it
go
again.
smoke a cigarette.
Go
if
ahead
I
and
could
come
sing like
back.
that.
Try
Give
it
me one
again.
of them, dog. Yeah.
Maybe if I start smoking
That's
again, I'll
crazy.
sound like you. Maybe that's
what it is. You gotta
Unreal.
kind
Everybody
of like-
give it up for Ethan Sack.
smoke
Come on.
them if you got them.
I don't know if you've heard this before, Ethan. You kind of like almost like an Aloe Black kind of voice, like which like hell of a singer. But dude, you're incredible.
Crazy.
Damn.
Wow, what a night.
Yeah.
What
this
a
was
night.
great.
I want to thank you guys so much for coming on and wanting to be a part of this. I'm a huge fan of your music, both of you guys. And if you haven't gotten a chance, follow Jay Webb, follow Clever, listen to their music, support them. They are the next big thing. I mean that. Like they're coming up in a big way, and it's an honor to have y'all on the show.
Yeah, thank
Do
you.
you guys,
Thank
do
you
you
for
guys
having
have
me.
anything else you want to say before we leave?
No, it was a great crowd, great performances. I don't know. I loved it. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I do want to say thank you to this crowd. This crowd has been phenomenal. You guys have held on to every single word. You guys have been freaking amazing. Thank you for saying that. This has been an amazing crowd. Well, my name is Austin Burke. We got Clever, Jay Webb, Dean Purificato. This is Playlisted. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.